Hey guys, I'm Avail back again with another video on this Poco X4 Pro 5G. In our previous video, we found that the display and the sound quality of this one is actually really good, and I'm really impressed with the stereo setup of this one. Now in this video, let's see that whether the camera setup can impress us as well. Okay, it comes with 64 megapixel primary sensor, ultra-wide sensor is of 8 megapixel, then there is one thing which is really, I would say, useless, the 2 megapixel macro sensor. On the front, we have 16 megapixel selfie shooter. Okay, so the camera setup is actually looking good, but now let's check on the samples and we'll see that how good are they. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, then do hit the subscribe button to watch more videos, and if you've already subscribed, a big thank you to all of you guys. So let's get started. First of all, let's check on the video samples. So here's a quick sample from the front camera of this Poco X4 Pro 5G. It can record up to 1080p videos at 30 fps. You can see that this is how it looks. It is a bit jerky, I would say. The transition is not that smooth. Yeah, I'm working faster now to check the stabilization. I'm even not using any gimbal, so you can check the stabilization and the sound capture as well, because I'm not using any external mic as well. Okay, so you can see that the dynamic range could have been better actually, and it is a bit a kind of lagginess you can check here. The transition is not that smooth. Okay, now let's walk faster to check again. The dynamic range is not good, yeah, to be honest. Now, yeah, the color shifting, the color reproduction is okay, not a problem. Here you can see that. Okay, I'm working faster again, so it's quite average according to me. Now let's check on the rear sample. Now this is from the rear camera, and it can also record up to 1080p 30 fps video, because 695, the Snapdragon 695 doesn't support 60 fps or 4K videos. Now let's first check the focus here. Okay, oh, the focus is not bad, yeah. Actually, after checking the front camera, I'm really impressed here. The focus, you can see that the focus is actually good. Yeah, it is actually good. Now let's walk faster to check the stabilization. Yeah, here you can see that it is okay, and even the dynamic range is not bad. Yeah, yes, although the transitions, the shift is not that smooth, but it is far better than the the front camera. I'm working faster again, so you can check the sound capture, because I found the sound capture from the front camera, it was also good, so it should be good. So I can say that the rear camera is actually doing good in terms of video recording. You can see that, though the transition is a bit jerky, but it is okay. So what do you think? Now let's start with the still images. So first of all, let's start with some indoor selfies. Here you can see that if there is good lighting, it can capture a good amount of details. Yeah, although the sharpness could have been better. Even if it is having a kind of sharp exposure, then it struggles a bit. But yes, in normal condition, you can see that the overall image quality is actually good. But if the lighting is not that good, it loses sharpness and details. If you go outside, you can see that the overall image quality under really good lighting, it captures good details, and the HDR effect, the dynamic range is also looking good, not bad. You can see that harsh lighting is something that it struggles to handle the exposure, but overall image quality is not bad. Yeah, considering the price, the selfie camera is actually a decent one according to me. Further, if you want to take portrait shots using the front camera with bokeh effect, you can see that it does a good job here. Overall, the image quality plus the depth effect, the edge detection, they are actually looking good. Not really perfect, but it is really decent, I would say. The overall image quality is actually looking good. The rear camera also doing a good job in taking portrait shots, but sometimes it over sharpens the images. Here you can see that. But overall image quality, I can say that most of the times it is actually looking good. The edge detection, the bokeh effect, depth effect, they are looking good, not bad. And you can see that overall sharpness and color reproduction is good. But if you go to outside, then you will see that
though the picture quality is looking good, but while taking the shots you have to struggle a lot because it struggles to focus the object, plus you have to manage the distance a lot, so it is not that easy to take portrait shots of non-human objects. You can use the macro lens to take close-up shots, but the results are quite average. You can see that it fails to capture more details and it is not having that kind of sharpness that you expect from close-up shots. The overall color reproduction is also not good. Particularly, it fails to capture details. So, this is something that I honestly don't use. So what do you think about it? When it comes to the HDR shots, you can see that the overall image quality is quite satisfactory, not that bad. Yes, but yes, the details could have been better. The HDR effect is looking good. You can check the sky, it is well exposed, and to some extent it can handle the sharp exposure, the sharp lighting as well. So you can see that it has done a good job here. So overall I can say that HDR shots are quite satisfactory, not too bad. So it's okay, I would say. You can use the wide angle sensor, but it is actually producing a bit washed out images. You can see that the color reproduction is not good. The details are also missing, and the overall HDR effect is also not looking good. So I can say that the wide angle sensor is actually quite average. Yes, the exposure is handled well here, but overall image quality is quite average. So finally, let's talk about the night photography. The front camera doesn't have night mode, but yes, if there is enough light, you can see that it can capture good amount of details. Overall image quality, the color reproduction is looking good. But if it is darker, then you can see that it struggles a lot. The noise reduction is not working at all. Too much of noise and it fails to capture light and details. The night mode works with the rear camera, and you can see that if you compare this photos side by side, one with normal mode and one with night mode, you can see that in night mode it simply increases the brightness. It fails to capture more details, and color reproduction is also not looking good. Too much of noise you can observe in the pictures in night mode, you can see that. And if there is really dark condition, it fails to capture details and light. So night mode, I believe that it is quite average, on this device.
So guys, I believe that after checking on the samples, you've got some idea about the cameras of this device. I would say the cameras are really average, and particularly the night mode is terrible, I would say. And the video recording capabilities are also not that satisfactory. Particularly the front camera is struggling. Yes, the selfies are looking good, not bad, but yes, overall camera performance is quite average. So according to me, if your budget is in this same price range, then I can say that you can go for Samsung F23. And because another thing, this 695, I have observed that whatever phones that I have tested with this same processor, I found that the image processing is not that good. And Samsung F23 has 750G, which has good capabilities when it comes to image processing, and the video recording is also good. You can get 4K video recording. So I think that can be a better option. So if your topmost priority is camera, then you can avoid this device. That's it. So what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments, and if you have any different opinion, let me know in the comments, and if I missed out anything, do share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to check on my next videos. So till the next video, guys, cheers.